Why do divers join Dan? That's an important question to ask because we'd really like to make sure that we meet divers' needs, but we also enjoy learning what it is that divers find most attractive in joining Dan. And that's the question we'll be exploring together. Welcome to another Get to Know Dan video. My name is Dr. Frans Cronje and I'm a medical practitioner specialized in diving, hyperbaric and aerospace medicine. But my passion is diving and I've had the privilege of being the founder of Dan Southern Africa. If you'd want to learn more about Dan and the related safety things that it's involved with, then subscribe to our Dan YouTube channel or visit our Dan blog so that you can get the latest news and you don't miss anything. So why do divers join Dan? Well, we have found the following very gratifying answers to that question. And one of them is that Dan members have a passion for water, a quest for knowledge, and a love of community. They love being part of something bigger. And with Dan you do. You join nearly 500,000 divers worldwide, and the experience and benefits that we get from being such a large collection of like-minded individuals, which helps us dive safer and dive smarter. Divers Alert Network is the most recognized and respected diving safety organization and is comprised of professionals, that's both medical and research specialists, who are all dedicated to supporting divers. So through research and medical services, and of course educational programs, as well as global initiatives, we are able to promote Dan's mission, which is to serve divers and to improve diving safety. And we've done this for decades. Dan Southern Africa has done it for more than 20 years, and Dan Europe and Dan America even longer. So there's an extensive network of divers and dive doctors and specialists throughout the world, and we have access to information from them and they from us every day. In addition, divers rely on Dan every day, and we get calls about information and health advice, and they know that in the case of an emergency we'll be there for them, no matter where their adventure's taken them. For more than 2 decades, Dan has been helping divers and continues to cultivate a culture of diving safety. So if you're not a member yet, join Dan today. If you let your Dan membership lapse, rejoin. And if you are a member, thank you for being part of the largest diving safety community. Here are 3 reasons that I could say are the top 3 as to why people join Dan. The first and perhaps the most obvious is because they are able to call and get assistance from Dan. Most divers realize that diving is an adventure sport and may result in injuries and want peace of mind, so that in the case of a diving emergency, there's a 24-hour hotline that they can call, with membership benefits for the medical services they need. Secondly, cost saving. Most Dan members realize that Dan membership costs a lot less than travel insurance, or at least most travel insurance packages, and provides the additional benefit of diving medical support. And the service is provided 24/7, 365. So anytime throughout the year, you can call Dan. Membership benefits are secondary to any primary medical insurance or travel insurance you have, which means that if you are insured elsewhere, we will make use of that insurance, but we will never let you down, meaning that you always have the backup of Dan's cover. The reason why we do that is so that we can keep Dan membership as inexpensive as possible and remain competitive. Dan members also get discounts on a variety of safety and educational materials. And lastly, and I must say the most gratifying to me, why people join Dan is because of the culture of care. Many divers just like being part of an organization that is so obviously committed to their safety. Apart from being there for diving emergencies or diving medical information, Dan is always actively campaigning for safety, initiating and supporting safety initiatives, and finding practical ways to make diving safer and more enjoyable. Dan is a very personal organization, and callers quickly learn that we're not just an institution. We're a living, vibrant organization. In many ways, Dan members feel they become part of a family who look out for one another. Divers helping divers, as we often like to say. So many divers just seem to like the idea of being part of something worthwhile, and they're willing to give up some of their discretionary income to be part of it and to support it. That being said, there are top-rated services that you get as a Dan member. You have access to an exceptional network of experienced diving medical professionals. One call to the Dan hotline, and divers find themselves talking to a professional diving doctor who speaks their language. This is truly something special and unique. With access to so many like-minded people, Dan is able to arrange evacuation by land, sea, or sometimes even sky if required, and to help the injured diver gain access to the specialized medical treatment they need, which on occasion includes recompression. So in a nutshell, Dan members help support a 24-hour hotline, and the hotline offers access to specialists trained in diving medicine and makes them freely available throughout the year, any hour of the day. And this is extended worldwide. Dan membership subscription contributes towards this hotline and information line. This emergency and information line is also available to people who are not Dan members, but there are limits to the amount of support we can offer them if they don't have any form of coverage. So please consider joining Dan. Then we can do so much more for you. Dan members can call the medical hotline and get advice on any topic that has to do with diving and even sometimes medical conditions. And you can get it from a health professional who is knowledgeable in diving medicine. So why join Dan? Well, when you do, you're supporting our organization's ongoing efforts to reduce diving injuries, improve first response and medical treatment, and 100% of Dan's profits are reinvested in the mission-related research, medical services, and other programs that are all designed to make diving safer for all divers. As a diver, you need Dan. And yes, Dan also needs you. Dan offers comprehensive plans that provide peace of mind in the case of an accident, for far less than the cost of an unplanned event. DAN's accident cover is recognized worldwide, and in our region it is up to 800,000 Rand of eligible expenses. So what about DAN cover versus medical insurance? Well, I'll start off by saying that it's absolutely true that some medical aids do cover diving emergencies. But we've spoken to enough divers and dealt with enough situations in which divers have tried to contact their medical insurance and get assistance for a diving emergency and being put on hold, have multiple menus, and end up talking to someone who has no idea what's going on or what they need. That is avoided if you have DAN membership, because then you will immediately be talking to a diving medical professional that speaks your language and is able to then liaise with your medical insurance if necessary and organize the assistance that you help. And we sometimes also interact with emergency rooms, A&E departments that may not be familiar with diving related problems, and give them the information that they need to offer you the best possible help. DAN is not medical insurance, and therefore we would not suggest that you should give up the medical insurance you have, because surely diving isn't all you do. But for the times when you do go diving or traveling, DAN membership is a wonderful source of peace of mind and the ability to call one number and get prompt access to diving medical expertise. We also provide authorizations to private emergency providers, which is often one of the aspects that takes the most time, because paying for a jet to fly you across Africa or to get an ambulance to assist an injured individual sometimes takes a lot of time, which has nothing to do with the duration of the flight to get to the individual, but is held down by bureaucracy. With DAN membership, that is cut down to a minimum, and that is an enormous benefit. And there's a reason why medical aids are reticent to cover this, because flights throughout Africa would easily run into 200,000 Rand or more. Ambulance evacuations, 20,000 Rand or more. And if you're diving overseas, that can be multiplied by a factor of 10. So it's very important for you to have access, the additional peace of mind that as a DAN member you can enjoy in the case of a diving emergency. The travel medical benefits are an added bonus, but don't tear up your medical insurance card. You can have the benefit of both worlds, and there are some overlapping areas in which DAN and medical aids can collaborate in assisting you in the most appropriate way. Lastly then, what do you get when you join DAN? Well, you get DAN dive cover up to a value of 8,000 Rand, a free DAN quarterly magazine valued at 180 Rand, free smart guides valued at 360 Rand, and free prepared diver courses valued at 1,500 Rand, and several free dive safety reference books valued at 270 Rand. And of course then there's the emergency hotline access, which is truly priceless. Membership benefits are there for you. Our DAN members, as we said before, have a passion for water, for knowledge and community, and we love to provide that to you. Oh, and by the way, one thing that I'd like to draw your attention to that will really help is having the Dan mobile app. Many Dan members aren't aware that there is an app that you can download on Android or iPhone that is a great companion. With Wi-Fi being available pretty much everywhere in the world nowadays, you literally have Dan at your fingertips. And you can send pictures of rashes or injuries or the environment that you're in, all of which can help us assist you better. So download the Dan app now, and the links are provided below. If you want to learn anything more about Dan and the diving related stuff that we're involved with, join the Dan Southern Africa YouTube channel or visit the Dan blog to get the latest news that you don't miss anything. Thank you for the time you committed in listening to this. And in the next video, we'll be talking about whether or not Dan is an insurance company. It isn't. It's a membership company, and that is a very important distinction. Keep watching.